Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Let us go ahead and get started. I'm trying to get this color right because I do not have any lights in the background, so you guys forgive my color. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's get this situation, this discussion, this topic, this debacle. Let's get it started. When YouTube goes wrong, for the ones that have come in, if you can kindly go and hit that like button on your way in. We definitely have some things that we are going to talk about tonight. Some things we need to touch on because it's getting real out here. It's getting, the streets are getting real. One of the things that I wanted to touch on tonight, and this camera is doing what it wants to do. The dark side of YouTube, guys, we are seeing it right now. We have been seeing it for a while, as a matter of fact, but we are really seeing it right now. And what can happen when you let these things, when you let the money, when you let the attention, when you let the acknowledgement, when you let the likes, when you let the views go to your head, when it becomes too much, when you are receiving attention that you are not used to having, how this looks out here on these YouTube streets and how it looks in real life. We are looking at right now, like how far this stuff can go. We have a lot of people that don't mind lying on other people to get a story out. We literally witness this every day. A lot of people seem to be okay with it. I think we've come to a point now, just like with a lot of the stuff with the justice system, a lot of the stuff that is happening on YouTube is now being called out. And it's way past time. It should have been called out a long time ago. So on a day-to-day basis, we see information get put out here about people. We see people get doxxed with some of their real information. We see people have fake news, that buffale put out every day about what they may have going on. And now we see a vlogger out here on these YouTube streets that has been called out on what's going on. And it's really shedding a light on the darker side of social media, not just YouTube, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, like any type of social media platform, TikTok, whatever it is, where you may have someone who has the ability to disperse information to different people, to the masses, and they're taking advantage or they're abusing their ability to be able to give information to different people. So what we have right now, we are looking at an active case right now. We had touched on this before with the situation with Tasha K and Cardi B. Now, I don't really get on celebrity news, but because this was brought up before and because she had some, what do I want to say? Because she played a role in another case that we had been discussing before, an active role. And there were some shady dealings that actually happened with that as well. At some point, and we discussed this before, that karma, life has a way of coming back and it catches up with you when you don't do things decent and in order. Now, I know that people can come on these YouTube streets and act like they don't care, like it doesn't bother them that they may be going through these things, that they're having to go to court, that they're being held accountable for their actions. Like, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. Nobody likes going to court. If you can tell me that you like going to court, then I'm going to tell you that something's wrong with you. Nobody likes going to court, especially when they are the ones who are having to defend themselves or defend their own actions. And that's what we are seeing right now. You have people coming out and just putting degrading, just all kinds of mess out here about people, and no one is being held accountable for their actions. We hear a lot of people saying that other people need to be held accountable for their actions, but they still go along with the filth. They still tend to, they log on, log in, they subscribe to the foolishness. So you can't be too tired of it if you keep buying into it. And as long as you're watching the foolishness and you continue to watch it, then you're buying into it because you're buying into views. So you are literally buying into the nonsense. So, like I said, what we have right now, we've been seeing on a day-to-day basis, people come in and they'll find like a little piece of information on somebody, and they'll go and take that little piece of information and turn it into something like this. And none of it is true. But the sad part is a lot of people don't care if it's true. A lot of people know that the people or the person that's putting this information out here, they'll know it's a lie. They will know that it is a bald-faced, blatant lie, and they buy into it anyway. They don't hold the person accountable that's bringing them the false information. They sit there and they continuously buy into it. Now, when I say dark side, this isn't necessarily just for the blogger that's putting the information out. It's for the people that's buying into the nonsense. There's a very dark side to this whole social media thing. When we hear people's families being called out, just different things being called out, and people being included in stuff that have absolutely no involvement in the foolishness that's going on. And I guess that got me today, I heard some information. I heard it initially on Amon Wiggins' channel, and he was talking about the stuff that was going on with Tasha K specifically in court. And then I also saw some stuff from Dennis Byron, and I know that he was covering the arcade trial and what was going on with that. I think it's ironic that he's also there for this stuff with Tasha K and what's been going on with her. The same person that was yelling to get someone else in front of a judge is now in front of the judge. Miss Tasha is now in front of the judge. So I've been just listening to a lot of the people that are keeping up with the case, listening to some of the things that they're saying. And ultimately, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, we definitely have some borderline behaviors going on. And it's not a healthy thing. And people that supposedly support you or care for you, they're sitting around and they're supporting it. That's scary. That's scary. So apparently, allegedly, because I haven't been there myself, so I can't say for sure. So I'm definitely talking behind some other people. But if this is true, that this young lady got in front of that court, in front of that judge, and actually acknowledged that she knew that the information that she was putting out about this other young lady, she knew it was a lie before she did it. But she put it out anyway because this type of information makes money for her. It gets her more views. If she has, and I know she has been talking about how much money she's been getting off these videos. If people are okay with that, if people are okay with someone saying, I'm telling you to your face that I'm lying to you, but I know that you're going to give me money for these lies. What's wrong with that picture? What's going on, Trevin? What's wrong with that picture? I can sit here and blatantly tell you to your face that I am giving you false information. I'm lying to you with a straight face to your face, and you're going to pay me for it. Then why do I have any need to give you truthful information anyway? Because lies sell. We see that every day. Lies sell. Lies sell. Sipping with dimples. How you doing? How you doing? And we're okay with that. We are okay. This is the dark side of social media. And I'm going to hope something was said that I think that she may have said that she knew the information was a lie, but she knew that she could afford therapy. Do y'all know how sick that is? I think I thought that I had heard enough sick stuff on here already. Right, Trevin, lies. I thought I had heard enough sick stuff on here already. But I guess I shouldn't, you should never put anything past anybody. But to have someone to actually come out and state that they lied and the reasons behind it. So because someone has money, it's all right for you to go and lie on them. That would be like me saying because someone has a certain number of followers, because they have 1 million followers, it's okay for me to make up stories on them. A lie is a lie. It doesn't matter who tells it. It's still a lie. What type of relationship do you have with yourself and whoever or whatever your higher power is? What type of relationship do you have? What type of morals do you have to be able to sit there and knowingly, willing like that about people and think it's okay? And how can you hear somebody make up stuff like that about people and think it's okay and not call it out? People will be around you for years and all they do is lie to you. No, it's crazy. I'm telling you, lie to me once. Every time I look at you, you getting that side eye. Every time. Anything you say to me, I'm going to question it. And I may know it's the truth, but I got to go and check twice. And that's the thing, that when you see this YouTube stuff and the other places on social media as well, but specifically we're looking at YouTube tonight when it comes to this social media realm, since Tasha K specifically is on YouTube and that's where her bigger audience is. Y'all, this is sickening. It is beyond sickening. And it really makes you question, again, anything that anybody else has said that you put any kind of stock in, that you believed, it makes you go back and question anything else that they said. Now, I'm speaking on this in particular because I did have a situation where I know for a fact that she lied about a specific thing. And I checked her on it. Because I was familiar with the situation, I gave her the right information and she still didn't go back to try to correct that information. So I know that when it comes to her morals and telling the truth, there's a gap there. There's a special gap there, a special gap. But to know or to hear that she came out in the courtroom and she actually admitted it, and it was almost like, okay, I'm lying. Yes, I lied to these people. What are you going to do about it? They're okay with me lying to them. I'm making money. Why is it a problem if I lie to them? And as she apparently states, I'm still making money off these lies. So why is it a problem? If Cardi comes out and says none of this stuff is true and they still believe it, then that's on them. Okay, the problem I have whenever someone constantly tries to lie to me, it bothers me because I feel like you feel like I'm stupid. Am I the only one that feels that way? When you constantly lie to me and keep bringing me lies and you just think I'm just going to believe it like I'm a little dum-dum, I feel like you feel that I'm stupid. So I got a problem. Not only do I have a problem with the fact that you think I'm stupid, I got a problem with the fact that you chose me to bring this buffale too. So it would make me look at a few things. Number one, what is going on in a person's life that they would feel the need to go out and intentionally just make up falsehoods, lies, just make up stuff about people? What's going on in your life that you would even want to do that, first of all? See, that already lets me know that you have some underlying stuff going on, that you think that that's okay, that you would even have the wherewithal to conjure up some stuff like this. That's scary. I'm going to go and make up this stuff about you, knowing that it may hurt you, it may hurt your family, it could hurt a lot of people around you, but you have money, so it's okay. I'm going to go and make up this stuff about you, and I'm going to continue doing this even though I know it may hurt you emotionally. But I'm getting likes, so it's okay. I'm going to go and make up this stuff knowing that the people that really matter, like the credible people, I may lose those people, but guess what? I'll gain a few more followers. And I use that term exactly how I meant it. Followers. I'm going to do that knowing that regardless of what I say, they're going to be there. And they're going to sit there and they're going to keep giving me money for telling them these lies. That's what they pay me for. So initially, people are sitting around paying people to tell them lies, to feed them lies. I am not paying anybody to lie to me. I barely want to pay somebody to tell me the truth. So I definitely will not pay you to lie to me. That's not happening. That is not happening. So we always hear people, as soon as somebody come and speak on her, she's not. Yeah. I guess my thing is, and I hear people using these words, and there's some real validity to it, but I don't know if people really think about the meaning of the words whenever they use it. But she definitely has some borderline stuff going on, and there are definitely some narcissistic traits that are there when it comes to her. But it's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. There's a lot of manipulation there. We see it all the time, because if you can get in front of people and put on the good face and blatantly tell them lies with a straight face, then you are definitely a master manipulator. You got it in you. Kim, hey, how you doing? If you're able to do those things. And we see it all the time. I'm speaking on her because she's actually in court, but we see it all the time. Again, once I know what I have documented in my mental bank that you are a liar. Now, I'm not going to say everybody don't tell a fib, because if I say that, then I'm lying. But I mean, you are an intentional liar. You sat down, you made a conscious decision that I'm going to make something up. And I'm saying lie because you're lying on other people. I'm going to consciously sit down and make a concerted effort to make something up that I know is going to hurt somebody. So I'm doing it with the intention of causing damage. And nobody sees anything wrong with that picture. So I'm sitting and I'm asking myself, how is that any different than someone they're sitting down planning, plotting to inflict physical harm on somebody? This is emotional harm. Other people may do physical harm. We get in a little uproar about the physical harm, some of us, because some of us don't. We think that's okay too. When people go around threatening to do stuff to people, we think that's okay too. That's a whole other story. But again, that comes with the dark side of social media. Anything goes. Anything goes. If it can be said, if it can be done, then anything goes when it comes to these streets. Until it's somebody that we like, or somebody that we're close to, or somebody that we know, then the game changes. If it's someone that you like and someone lies on them, or someone goes and spreads false innuendos or whatever, just put some stuff out there that we know is a blatant lie, then we want the truth to be told. Now the truth matters. The truth mattered the whole time. I promise it did. Don't let nobody lie to you. It mattered the whole time. Now, again, usually those that don't mind people lying, ooh, y'all ain't gonna like this. But usually those that don't mind people telling lies all the time, 9 times out of 10, they probably some good liars too. I'm just being honest. They're probably some good liars too. Because most of the time, that's only if you're a liar, you don't care if other people lie. You say, oh, that was a good one. Oh, you did a good job with that one. That was a good one. I didn't think of that. That was a good one. Y'all, we can't continue to support these types of behaviors. We cannot continue to support this mess. And understand that when it comes to Tasha and people of the light and the stuff that we are looking at, these are the black tube streets. This is us that's sitting here supporting this mess. This is no different than all the people that's sitting up here supporting all these devilish conspiracy theories on things. Hey, Pat, what's going on? I'm sitting up here and I'm like, you really sat there and said, yes, I knew it was a lie when I said it. There was an alleged phone call between two bloggers where Miss Tasha said, oh, they're defaming her character. She needs to sue them. Well, I guess she got the memo because she chose to sue you when you did it. I don't know. And I'm laughing because it's like it's so far-fetched. It's like how, but I guess at some point you get used to it. You know how you're around a certain thing for so long, you start getting used to it. I guess that's how lies go too. You're around the lies so much that you start getting used to it, so they don't shock you anymore. The lies start losing their shock value. I don't ever want to be at a place where the lies start losing their shock value. When I hear you lie, when I hear you just go out there and just tell a bold-faced lie, I want to be shocked. Oh. That's the expression I'm trying to have when you tell that lie. Or anybody tells a lie. But this is where we are in these dark streets now. Y'all, I'm sorry, but this hair is getting on my nerves. I'm looking at it on this camera in these dark streets. I mean, it's sad. But this is the point. This is where we are right now at this very moment. A lie is the truth. The truth is a lie, and nothing else matters. Down is up, up is down. How can we be okay with this? This is us, y'all. We are the ones sitting here letting people talk to us like we're little dum-dums. Just lie to us to our face with a straight face, and we are accepting it. Where they do that at? YouTube. That's exactly where they do it at. You to the tube. You want to be more specific? Black tube. This is where they do it at. Because apparently they feel like we'll accept anything. And some of us will. I've heard some stories on here that were so blatant. I'm like literally. I'm sitting here like, so y'all ain't going to say nothing? Y'all ain't going to say nothing? Y'all don't hear this? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing? Nothing? We had a situation with another case, right? And we had that STB. I'm gonna say that last letter, I intentionally changed it, so don't think I'm slow. We had an STB that everybody had something to say about, even Tasha. She seems to have this thing about saying that people got certain things. This is my thing with that. Number one, if they got something, why are you concerned about it? Number two, if they have something, how in the flip do you know? That's the second thing. Number three, how the flip do you know? That's all I'm saying. If anybody has any type of health issues, especially those that are protected by HIPAA, how do you know? And you go back, how does the person that told you know? Unless they got it too, because somebody gave it to them. I'm going to run that back because I don't think y'all got that. Whoever gave you the information about it, how do they know? Unless they got it too, because whoever they talking about gave it to them. See, it's like when I was at mental health and a lot of people would be like worried about people seeing them in there. They're going to see me in here and they're going to say something. And I'm like, well, why would you be worried about that? Because they in here. So what they look like going to tell somebody else that they saw you here. You see what I'm saying? How would they know that you were here if they weren't in here? It's the same thing. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, if it's difficult for doctors to know when people got certain things, because if you don't go and get tested at the right time for certain things, if it's difficult for doctors to try to figure some stuff out, even with the advanced technologies of testing, how in the world are you going to sit on here and believe some bloggers that come and give you some information about some stuff that don't know jack about Jill? Hello? Somebody, hello? How can you tell me about what's going on in somebody else's family or in somebody else's household if you're not in there? This is the one thing that I figured out about certain things, like when it comes to bloggers and them putting information out about people. No shade to any bloggers. You do what you got to do. But my thing is, if you ain't telling me about what's going on in your house, I don't want to hear about what's going on in nobody else's house. Let's talk about your house first. And then we'll talk about the rest of them and what they got going on in their house. I might be the only one feeling this way. I'm at the point where I'm tired of people trying to play us like we slow. And I'm tired of looking at some folks like, okay, well, they might be right in that assumption just because of the way that you buying into the stuff. Are you saying YouTube doctors aren't real? Well, Pat, what I'm saying is, because they call me a fake doc, so I ain't real. So if I ain't real, ain't none of them real. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm sticking to it. That's my story. That's my story. Now, I can sit on here and I can tell some folks, yeah, I believe you got such and such going on. But that ain't what I'm coming on here for. I'm just trying to give folks a little bit of information, but I'm still sitting up and saying, if the doctors have a difficult time having the people in front of them directly doing testing, doing all kind of cultures and blood work, doing blood panels and all this stuff, if they have a difficult time trying to figure some stuff out, how in the world, with you and all your vast knowledge and all types of information, how you just come up with that and you will stand on it saying that you know it's true? You will put your life on that. No cap. And we said, oh, they got a point. Oh, they got a point. That's a bad man. That's a bad woman. They got a point. But I tell you that. What kind of mess is this? I have been diagnosed. I haven't even seen it. Look, I'm doing a diagnosis right now on all of the Black Tube streets. Okay? The diagnosis is bull monarchy. Okay? At some point, you have to let that good sense that God gave you kick in and start calling these people out on their mess. If they are bold enough to bring you the lies, then you should be bold enough to call it out. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that I'm saying. You got, how many times, come on, how many times have I been called out? Well, you this, well, you better show this. We need to see this paper. We need to see this degree. We need to see your certificate. You ain't calling nobody else out like that. Call them out. I said bring them out. I'm saying call them out. Call them out. When people are bringing you all this information on a matter-of-fact basis, call them out, especially when you know it's bull. I call BS on that. Call them out. And my second thing is, okay, what if this is true? Why are you concerned about it? What does this have to do with your well-being? Like, at the end of the day, be honest. If she made this comment in court, if Tasha made a comment in court that she was doing this because of the money, she did this because she was making money off of it, and she talked about how her views went up as a result of her doing this, then tell that to your viewers. Don't just get in the courtroom and tell the judge that. Tell it to your viewers and see how they respond to it. Do a disclaimer. Listen, my name is Carolina Diamond, and I'm making up these lies specifically for you guys because I need your money. I need your money. Now, I'll take the kind that jingles, but I'd rather have the kind that folds. I hope that you find these lies to be very pleasing to your taste. Enjoy the video, and we'll be back tomorrow with some more lies for you. Like, do a disclaimer at the beginning and let people make a decision. Now, if somebody just clicked on this video, I want you to know I was being facetious. I am not going to sit here and feed you a bunch of bull. If anything, I tell you something that you don't want to hear, you'll get mad and you won't like me. You'll click off like people usually do. But I'm not going to sit here and feed you some stuff just because I want to get some views. No. Y'all see, I got 18 people in this chat right now. And I'm going to roll up 17. And I'm going to roll with it just like it is, telling you the truth. Because if I can't get the people to come in on the truth, then I don't need them. I don't need them. All money is not good money. But we know that. We were taught that a long time ago. You know, our head screw off and on, so dealing with lies, I just tighten my screws up. She should have acknowledged the cease and desist and been respectful of Cardi's personal life. And to my understanding, she got 3. She actually received 3 cease and desist. And the thing is, you got people, how the old folks say, you think you don't stink, or you think don't stink, you think fire don't burn. A lot of times, especially with the bloggers, and I'm gonna stick to bloggers with this one, we do things because we know that they're wrong, but especially like if we got a smaller blogger that's dealing with the bigger blogger, like using their content or something like that. And I'm just gonna use that as an example. We see how we're supposed to do the copyright stuff. Like if you own this, it behooves you to go and like read the rules and see whatever you need to do. But it's like things that we may do that we're like, oh, well, I'm small, so they're not gonna mess with me. Or they may say that, but they're not gonna mess with me. They're not gonna take the time to mess with me. I think that in this particular situation, she was like, oh, well, that girl don't have time to mess with me. As long as she just kept getting her dollars in, she thought this girl was blowing smoke, or this woman was blowing smoke. If she took the time to get that paperwork done, she should have known that Cardi wasn't playing with her. And the young lady came out several times and gave her several opportunities for her to like just chill out. Like, you can talk about me, but don't lie on me. And I think at the end of the day, like that would be a fair thing for people to say, okay, yeah, I'm a celebrity. I know people are gonna talk, but don't lie on me. Don't go and put false stuff out. Don't go and make up stuff. Don't mention my child and your BS. Don't talk about my family and what our situation is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make money on my name, then make money on my name, but don't lie on me. And I think at the end of the day, with anybody, with anything, it's like people gonna talk. That's what people have always, said. That's what we were taught. People gonna talk. Let them talk. Y'all know they talked about Jesus. Y'all know how that stuff goes. But at the end of the day, celebrities, bloggers, other bloggers, vloggers, content creators, we're all human. And it seems like when we get into these social media streets, it's almost like we forget that the people that we're dealing with are human, and whoever we may be talking about, that they're human. And that's why you're not going to hear me disrespect anybody on here whenever I'm talking about this stuff. Now, I have a little conversation about it, but I'm trying to come at this from a professional standpoint, a little professional opinion. This is not what we do. It's what we're doing right now, but this is not what we do. This is not how we are. This is not how we should be operating. Because people don't like when lies are told on them, but those same people that get upset about lies being told on them are usually the first ones that are going to tell a lie on somebody else. And they already know how it feels, and they'll do it anyway. But they will be ready to fight you the minute you tell a lie on them. Or you don't get that story straight. That's not what happened. If you gonna tell the story, tell it right. That's not what happened. We see this all the time. This is the dark side of social media. Again, where a lie is the truth and the truth is a lie, and up is down and down is up, and all that other mess just don't matter. I am issuing a challenge to my folks to stop letting people handle you like you are slow. I've asked this before. I guess a lot of people are okay with it. I heard somebody, well, not heard, I saw somebody type, well, I know she be lying, but I'm there for the entertainment. I've seen that when it came to some other, well, I know they be lying, but shoot, they funny. You can be funny all day, but I can do without the lying part. You just lose me with the lying part. You joking is one thing, like we just sitting up here kikiing and cackling, but you like making up lies on somebody else to hurt them. That doesn't, no. There's nothing cute about, no. When I look at the situation with Tasha, I see some self-destructing behaviors. And I say that because we have witnessed on YouTube her participate in some actions that could really cost her livelihood. Not this little YouTube stuff, but could literally cost her livelihood. Getting involved with stuff that could be looked at in a criminal manner. This is why you're in court right now. This is something, and I do hope, and I think it was something that Byron said, and shout out to him for his commentary, that hopefully, and to use Shabazz word, it's going to set a precedent for certain things and certain people to know that, look, some of these people sit here and they'll go along with you and kiki and cock out with you when you're doing all this stuff, but some of these people mean business, and they will come after you for putting all this stuff out here about them. Because some people don't take their family seriously. Other people do. And they don't want you sitting up there and lying on them and bringing their families into stuff that just some irrelevant BS. This is the dark side of YouTube. The dark side of YouTube, people are going and oh my goodness. I've seen it all. Threats on top of threats, on top of threats, on top of threats, on top of threats. Not only threatening bloggers, threatening people's families, threatening people's friends, threatening followers. And then you got the followers from other channels that are following up the threats, and they'll try to get involved in all this stuff. And you got people that are actually they have lost their lives behind this stuff. You have somebody that just reached 1 million followers and is doing very well financially. And I have always given Tasha K credit for what she does on YouTube because I felt like she had the stuff on lock. But that's until I started noticing that there were some inconsistencies in the stories. And even while she's there in court, it's my understanding that she has been called out on some of her inconsistencies, some of her lying by the judge. That the judge literally had to call her out and say, look, you got one more time to change your story. You can't go and just change the story up once you get in that courtroom like you do when you're on YouTube. You can't just go and edit stuff out. You can't go and say, oh, my bad, let me tell y'all about it. No, it doesn't work like that. But this is a live view. We're getting a live shot of what it looks like when being a YouTube star or being obsessed with money or being obsessed with getting those views or being obsessed with getting those likes, when it goes wrong. We are getting a live visual of that now when YouTubing goes wrong. Because of doing stuff on YouTube or other social media outlets has you sitting in a courtroom, a federal courtroom, Superior Court, whatever, if it has you sitting in a courtroom, then that is social media gone wrong. That is the dark side of social media. There's no philanthropic, actions. You're not getting any trophies for your good work that you're doing out here in the community and all this stuff. From you going and lying on people and trying to wreck people's homes and wreck their lives. No, there's no good deeds that come out of that. Proof of that shows she is in court and has millions of followers, while those people not in or outside their courtroom. People have no problem watching you go up then. And Pat, oh gosh, you think about this, the irony of this. The irony of this now. It wasn't too long ago when she was talking about, and I'm RK, and was trying to get him wrapped up in some stuff and laughing at people, going to court and the way that they were following him and showing him support. Where are her supporters? You got 1 million followers. You got 1 million subscribers. Where are they? I mean, they're sitting out here watching, ready to jump on different people's chats and go to war for you. You know how those people do, But when it comes to like this stuff that matters, this your livelihood right here. They got you and your husband in court. This your business right here. This YouTube, this is her livelihood. She's not working a regular 9 to 5. This is her livelihood. And your livelihood has you in court right now. Because you decided that you were going to come after this young lady because you felt that she had enough money to pay for therapy. Who are you to even make that call? Who are you to try to inflict some type of pain or actions upon someone else that would justify them having to go to therapy? And who is making sure your therapy bills are covered? Now, I said that. Anyone that thinks that their behavior is enough to make somebody have to go to therapy and you keep throwing gas on it like you want them to have to go to therapy because of what you did. That's the bully in school that kept picking on the kid, hoping that they went over the edge and did something from that bullying. And then after they do something, everybody get on your back, start jumping on your back and jumping on you for your actions because now they feeling some type of way. Now you start getting in your feelings and you all types of regrets. We all grown now. We should be past the bullying stage. This is the type of bullying I'm talking about that we see on social media all the time. This is bullying at its finest. This is the dark side of YouTube, of social media. When you can keep targeting people over and over and over again, and they're telling you to stop, they're asking you to stop, they're begging you to stop, but because you're getting a kick out of it, even though you wouldn't like it being done to you, because you're getting a kick out of it, you refuse to stop. You're getting legal paperwork, you're getting legal documents in the mail, through email, however you may be getting it, telling you to stop. And you ignore that paperwork. I do remember her making a comment like she wipes her behind with those cease and desist. Are you still using those, or are you using toilet tissue now? I'm just asking for a friend. You're going against this young lady that started from the bottom, just like the rest of us. Like, we literally saw her from rags to riches. We saw it. We saw it. And instead of commending somebody or giving somebody a pat on the back saying, good job, you did that, you spending your time trying to bring somebody down. Y'all, there is something seriously wrong with that picture. Guys, property, how you doing? There's something seriously wrong with that picture. I promise, I hope y'all get that. There is nothing that is humane about what's going on. Nothing. And the Pap, since you said something about videos, Jana, hey, how you doing? Um, the same videos that were used to help her make money were the same videos that they used against her in court. Yeah. The same thing that was meant to help you can also hurt you if you don't use it the right way. When we talk about blocking your blessings and hindering your blessings, this is the prime example right here. You were blessed with a platform where you could reach thousands and now millions. And this is what you choose to do with that platform instead of trying to do something to help people. The thing that happened with Wendy Williams and making the call to the hospital, pretending to be somebody else, so that she could get information on the lady that was having the baby from Wendy's husband. See, it's those kind of things that make this type of stuff come back to you, to haunt you. When you do things like, you had no business. And I know it makes for good commentary. And oh, you got the breaking story and breaking news and all that stuff. But how does that work when you become the breaking story? How does that work out? Anybody know? How does that work out? When the breaking story becomes the breaking story. How does that work? It was about like Chris Cuomo. And I love myself some Chris Cuomo on CNN. But as hard as he came at the people and what he said, let's get after it. What happens when the person that gets after it is now the person that other people are getting after? Like when that shift takes place and now the hunter becomes the hunted. Like what happens? It's called reaping what we sow. Wait a minute. So you telling me that all these seeds that we dropping around here, that they might come up and we might, plant some type or culture some kind of harvest that may come back and bite us in the butt? All these seeds that we done sold around here, all these negative seeds, all these lying seeds, you mean to tell me that they can actually result in this type of situation happening right now? Because that's how I see it. I mean, because the seeds, the lying seeds, they have been sown, they have been sowed, they have been dropped. Just all over the place, sprinkled, a little razzle dazzle, they've been sprinkled all over the place. Now we're looking at some of these chickens coming home to roost. And I'm not happy that she's having to go through this stuff. But I think it is a lesson to a lot of people that you can't continue to do people any kind of way and think that nothing is going to happen. If somebody is bothering you and you find yourself defending yourself, that's it. You're not going for blood. You're just trying to defend yourself. That's a different story to me. But when you are the perpetrator, and it's ironic to me that you sit there and you say that you're going after perpetrators for certain things, but you don't realize that you're becoming the same person that you call yourself going after, because now you are the perpetrator. And now you find yourself in court, and now you are the one having to stand there and defend your actions. The same way you wanted other people to be held accountable for their actions, somebody is holding you accountable for yours. It's not a good feeling, is it? It's not a good feeling when you have done so much and you've bragged and you've been just braggadocious about what you have done to people and how you came after them and how you've made so much money off of hurting someone else. And you get up on that stand and the only thing that you can say is, yes, I did it. Because the videos don't lie. Again, you can't go back and edit those videos. They have those videos. They don't lie. But you calling people all these names and you say you hope this happens and you just putting all this stuff out here. And I think the thing that got me was, well, it's just one of the things that had got me, but the relationship between the videos that were being put out and the stuff that was being sold along with it, like the merch. I think there was something said about that too. You know, if as long as I hashtagged her name or, you know, put her name inside of something. I think this came from Armand's channel. Somebody had called in and said it, but as long as I, you know, hashtag her name and then I put my merch, you know, information under it, I made money off that. I sold more merch. So it's like a balance. So she's saying, and she says she's going to make money off her either way. And I think there was a comment made where when she was asked to take him down, the videos down, she said the only way that she would take him down is if Cardi paid her to take him down. That she was going to make money off her either way. If I take them down and that messes up my revenue stream from having these videos because people like when I post lies about you, even though they know they lies, if I have to lose that stream from these gullible people, I said it. If I have to lose that stream from these gullible people that like to hear me lie to them, then you're going to have to pay me. You trying to extort somebody or what? Like you delving in all different types of behaviors. Like, what are you doing? And it bothers me that nobody had an issue with that. I gotta pay you to take down some lies that you told on me. Like I said, you got one or two lies that'll get put out there about you, like whatever. But when it gets to the point of where somebody, like they're literally trying to bully you, and they're doing it because, and this is the thing that gets me whenever it comes to celebrities. And y'all, I'm still on the lifestyle stuff because this all goes back to the lifestyle that we are living. Whenever someone gets to the point where they are trying to bully you, then it's like all bets are off, especially when it comes to this social media stuff, because the thing that gets me about social media is most of the people that are doing the bullying on social media, they do this bullying on here, but if you and these people, you and that person or persons were face to face, they would not say one word. They would not have that same energy face to face. It's like, it's like when I worked at a youth facility, I just say a youth facility where youth were incarcerated. And I would see them attack staff. And because they attacked staff and staff were taught different methods, different tactics to use to restrain, not to attack, but they were taught tactics to restrain them without hurting them. But in that kid's mind, in that child's mind, in that juvenile's mind, they felt like they could beat the staff because they were able to take the staff in a certain situation or whatever, not realizing that that staff was trying not to hurt them. But if they dealt with them on that same street level and had that same energy that they had or that they were trying to inflict, so you're only doing this because you know that they're staff and they're not supposed to hurt you. But if you had to deal with them one-on-one on the street, it would be a different situation. This is the way that I look at this whenever it comes to this stuff on here. Tracy, hey, what's going on, lady? You sit there and you do this to these people because you feeling like, especially on here, I come on here, y'all know I'm saved. I don't make no qualms about that. I don't try to hide that. It is what it is. I ain't gonna change that. No shame. Hey, I'm proud of it. Hallelujah. So folks think that they can say certain things or do certain things, and I may not respond to it, or I'm only gonna respond a certain way because of my beliefs. And to a certain extent, they're right. There are certain things that I will do. There's certain things that I'm not gonna do. But don't think that just because I believe in God that I won't get with you, especially if we not on social media. I don't need to go back and forth and argue with you on social media. If you want to talk to me face to face, then we can talk face to face without cameras, without a big audience. And we can see if we can have the same conversation. Because usually when you can talk to people face to face, the energy is different, the conversation is different, and they suddenly get a touch of, ooh, I understand. Ooh, hallelujah. And that's the thing that gets me about this and these types of situations. We have people coming after people that didn't do anything to them. They don't even know you to do anything to you. And that's what we see on social media. That's what we see on these black tube streets all the time. People coming after people, some folks they have never seen before in their lives other than on the screen. Some people they will never meet in their lives. Some people, had you not seen them on YouTube, y'all would never cross paths in any type of way. And you feel like it's okay for you to go after people. It's okay for you to act like you know people. You don't know them, and they don't know you. But you have some nerve thinking that it's okay for you to go and make up all this salacious stuff about folks. Just make up all kinds of stuff. Just lying just to be lying. You got some kind of nerve. And these are the ones with the straight face to come back and say hallelujah at the end. I'm just saying, they'll say, oh, I love God. Do you love God? I love God. They'll do all this stuff and then put a prayer at the end. Hallelujah. I said it. Sure did. Sure did. Come and do a little prayer. I'm going to need for you that whenever you do that prayer at the end, go ahead and add the part to the prayer where you say, Lord, please forgive me for these lies that I told on blah, 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 blah to all these people. Forgive me for lying to all these people that have entrusted me, you know, with their time, who's devoted their time, invested their time in me and all this stuff, who believe that I'm giving them the right information. Lord, please forgive me for all this mess that I'm putting out. I need you to put that prayer at the end, because that'll be something like a disclaimer. Because the folks that are listening, they be like, wait a minute, did they just put that in their prayer? Did they just say they were lying? Because, I mean, you got to do something. Put a disclaimer at the bottom saying the thoughts that are expressed on this page are all lies. Don't say that there are allegations or anything. Just say the thoughts, the beliefs, the comments that are made on this page are all lies that are being told by the content creator. Do not believe any of the comments. Do not believe any of the statements that are made on this channel. These statements are being made for entertainment purposes only. Give people the chance, the opportunity to run if they feel that they need to run. Would y'all be okay with that? Wouldn't you want the content creator to be up front with you? If they feeding you a bunch of bull monarchy, wouldn't you want them to be straight up with you and be like, you know, I'm giving y'all some bull, but it is going to be entertaining. So if you like entertainment and don't mind me feeding you a bunch of bull with a little bit of lies mixed in, a little cocktail, then stay tuned if you don't mind that. Wouldn't that be better if we could just get people to come up here and tell the darn truth? Or is it just me? I'm sitting up here, I'm watching a video, and I'm like, ah, shoot, there they go. Because you just told one, and I'm saying, let me see if you're going to change it. Let me see if you're going to fix this lie real quick. Let me see if you're going to fix this lie real quick. You don't fit, yeah, I got to go. I can't sit here on this one. I can't sit here. And let me tell y'all this real quick before I go any further. I would be lying to y'all if I told y'all that I wasn't looking at these likes on here. Now, if you're sitting up here and you're getting this information, and if it's making any sense, so you didn't click that like button. Because I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to lie. That's one thing. You might get some information that you don't like, but I ain't going to lie to you. 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 I ain It's just, I need to be on my StreamYard so I can run the thank you for the few that went and clicked that like button. So I can run a little disclaimer at the bottom. Y'all know we had a little feed at the bottom and just run it across the stream. In the following video, I am going to lie to you. Beware. The comments that are being told will all be fictional. Do not believe anything that I just said. But do be entertained. And just let that run across the screen the whole time. Just let it scroll right on across so people won't overlook it. You know, if they still agree to sit there and take it all in, you know, let them take it in. But just put that disclaimer at the bottom. Teresa, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I just put that disclaimer at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody can be good. It's like being in a relationship. Hey, Demetri, how you doing? Like, if you gonna cheat, then go ahead and let them know what you got going on. If you got some other stuff going on, let the person know so they can decide if they want to be in that situation or stay in that situation. It's the same thing. If you're not gonna tell the truth, and this is a life lesson. This is just not for YouTube. If you're not gonna tell the truth, just go ahead and let the folks know. You know what I mean? Like, okay, in the following video on this channel, I'm gonna lie to y'all about being Dr. Rogers. Don't believe nothing you said. Yes, you can Google me, but all the lies that you read on Google, they're all lies. That's exactly what it is. Stay tuned for all these lies that I'm gonna continue to tell you on this channel. Like, if I gave you that opportunity, I'm giving you the opportunity. Look me up. But I'm saying, if we gave those disclaimers at the beginning, don't go making up stuff on people. As a matter, if you're gonna go and do that, then call the person. Hello? I gotta put my deep voice on. Hello? All right, so if you watch my live between 10 and 12, I'm gonna tell about 6 lies on you. Is that okay? Oh, don't do 6. Keep it down to 4. All right, I just do 4. I do 4 today. Now, I'm probably gonna have to call you tomorrow because I'm gonna have some more lies on you. Oh, don't lie on you on Tuesday and Wednesday? Okay, then I pick that back up on Thursday. Okay, on Thursday. Like, call the people. See if they're okay with you lying on them and see what kind of response you get. Nobody likes to be lied on. This is the world that we are in these black tube streets. When did it become okay? We sit there, we're in relationships. You ain't gonna let your husband lie to you. Husbands, you're not gonna let your wives lie to you, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You ain't gonna let your kids lie to you. But you'll let these strangers get on here that you don't know, feed you 2, 3, 4 hours full of lies, and you'll sit there and won't say one word. And then you'll bless them with some money. Hey, hell, let me... Oh, you told the truth there. Now you telling the truth now. I know it's a lie, but you telling the truth now. You ain't lying now. You ain't lying. I mean, but it's a lie, but you ain't lying. Let me go ahead and put this super chat up in here. What kind of sense does that make? I know. How much sense does that make? Let me bless you real quick. I know you just told me a lie, but let me bless you real quick because I'm entertained by these lies. Let me bless. That don't make no sense. We sitting up here trying to save money and people paying people to lie to them. That's why you can't save no money. I'm about to choke. That's why you can't save no money. There's a solution to the problem right there. That's the solution to the problem. Knowing you lying, so I'm gonna pay you to keep lying. Come on, cause these lies, right, boy, these some good old lies. You know, these some good lies right here. These the best lies I ever had. How much sense does that make, y'all? At some point, we got to say, look, I am not stupid. I am not slow. Quit handling me like I'm slow. You're lying. You're lying. I don't want to hear it. You're lying. Like, you got to... We'll call everybody else out on everything else. Oh, don't let them say something about anything. Like, we're going to call them out. But especially if the lie is about somebody that we don't like or that we don't really fool with. We don't do them. No, I don't do them. Why? I just don't. What they do to you, nothing. I just don't do them. So you'll let them lie all day. Yeah, you can lie on them all day. I'm just entertain. Entertain me. Entertain me, because I don't do them like that. Most YouTubers think they're fans, and that's a bad thing, though. That I don't mean no harm, and I hope this don't offend anybody. You can let the YouTubers that's making all the money have the slow people. I want you to send me the ones that got a little bit of sense. You know what I'm saying? And let us just vibe. We can just have some conversations. You know what I'm talking? We can just sit here and chill and be unslow together. We can sit here and chill and be unslow together. It might just be 15 to 20 of us, but we can be unslow. And yes, I made that up, unslow. We can be unslow together. Because it's like, y'all know I got another language when people lie, and I just can't believe it. I be like, I'm duh. Like, I don't even, duh. Like, you just get you at a loss for human words sometimes. You know, all you can do is, you know, the line give you the stank face. Like, just make you uncomfortable. I don't know about nobody. It just makes you uncomfortable. And I'm like, how? And again, I'm not just going to put it on the people that tell the lies. I'm talking to the people that accept the lies. Because if you know it's a lie and you still sitting up there and you accepting it and you just there and you feeding into it and buying into it, then what does that say about you? Lord forgive me, I'm going to lose some people on this. But what does that say about you? What does it say? Welcome to the Lies Club. Just at some point we have to say enough is enough. But to know or to hear that this young woman got on that stand and literally said that she knew. It's one thing for us to know, but when you got on that stand, and I can tell you that it's a blessing to her that the cameras aren't allowed in there at this particular time, because that would be a whole other mess. But to get on that stand and say in front of that jury, in front of the judge, in front of the attorneys, yeah, I lied. I knew they were lies when I said it. But the people pay for it. And I'm not taking the lying videos down because I'm still making money off of them. And why do I care? Why do I need to go back and change? Now, I'm adding onto this. Why do I need to go back and change anything or try to correct anything or try to straighten anything out when they're comfortable with the lies I told them from the beginning? They knew good and well I didn't know what that girl had going on. They knew good and well I don't know what kind of issues she may have going on down below. They know good and well I don't know who she been with. They know good and well I don't know anything about her daughter. They know good and well I don't know what's going on between her and her husband in their house. But since they paying for it, I'm going to give the people what they want. So why do I need to go back and fix that? That's them, judge. Why do I need to be responsible for them being slow? Now, I'm not calling anybody slow. I'm just saying that this is basically what we got going on in the courtroom. Like I said, this is my version of it. Why do I need to be held responsible? Why is it my responsibility if they won't go and do their own research to see if something is true? Why am I being held responsible? If they want to believe every word that I say, then why am I responsible if they believe it? Somebody leaked it? Say what? Somebody in the courtroom leaked the court hearing. Oh, wow. Y'all, we got to think about this. The biggest way to make sure I don't fool with you is to lie to me. Lie to me. Let me hear one lie. This is what turned me around for some of the folks on YouTube why I didn't fool with them. Because once I heard that lie, once I heard the first lie, that was a wrap for me. Like, yeah, I be cordial with you. Hey, how you doing? But I ain't fooling with you like that because I know you're a liar. It's in my community. Shoot, I'm on my phone. I can't pull it up right now. And that's how I operate with people. Like, once I find out that I call them a teller horror, because you would teller horror. Once I find out that you don't mind throwing them things out there like that, nah. Because just as quick as you'll lie to somebody else, you'll lie to me just as fast, if not quicker. No, I ain't fooling with you. You lied on them, you'll lie on me too. And it has happened. The same people that I said I need to be worried about or stay away from them, those people have literally lied on me about different things. So I'm glad I went with my instinct to stay the flip out the way. And that's not just on YouTube. That's just been all the way around. Like when that instinct tells me, lie alert, lie alert, lie alert, not life alert, lie alert, lie alert, and it tell me to turn the other way, exit stage left, and I pay attention. When they tell me to exit stage left, that has been my blessing. That has been my Lord, thank you, Lord. That has been my blessing. Now you still don't escape the lies, but you escape the mess that come along with it, because when you decide to stay away, then they have to go and dig for information to lie about you on. Just like what's happening with the stuff with Cardi. People are having to dig for information. It's one thing if I sat and I told you and then you went and told what I said. That's a different beast. But when you guys going to look for information to make up stuff, yeah, you know I'm fool with you. That's why you had to go and make that stuff up. And that's what it boils down to at the end, because I think when a lot of this stuff first kicked off, it was Cardi went and give the blogger an interview. And that's where a lot of the stuff came at from the beginning. So now you're being vindictive. This is some sort of retaliation. You're trying to get back at her because she didn't want to do so-and-so. But this is the thing. People have the right to make their own decisions. And I hope that people remember that, because when you get on the dark side of YouTube, people act like you don't have the right to make your own decisions anymore. What kind of BS is that? And we see it. They tell you who channel to go to, tell you who channel not to go to, tell you where you can comment, tell you where you can't comment, tell you what to say, tell you what not to say. Even when you're going out doing stuff, no, you should have did it this way, no, you should have did it that way. Don't talk to this person. Don't stand on this person. Oh, you had this person on your channel. You wrong. Oh, you need to come back and apologize to these people for what this person said. That's a bunch of bull. This is the dark side of social media. And I don't know about y'all, but that dark side got me messed up. Yes, I said mess. Y'all can change the word if you want to. But that dark side got me messed up. Because if I won't let you tell me what to do in real life, when you know me, I for darn sure ain't going to let you run me from the other side of a screen. That ain't happening, Captain. But for some reason, we get caught up in this stuff. And it's like, it's like cult-like behaviors. Now, people want to talk about cults and people cases. You get on social media, this is where you see the real cult behavior. Hello. These people on here, once they get down with you and they done drink the Kool-Aid, I'm talking about they drank that Kool-Aid. Not the fruit punch. They drank the red Kool-Aid. Just red. No flavor, just red. That is the flavor. They drank that red Kool-Aid. Then you start seeing it. Because they will go to war. It's a life or death situation For whoever their leader is, it's a life or death situation. And whatever their leader says is law. Their leader can do no wrong. Their leader can tell no lie, even when they are lying. Their leader, that is some cult behavior for you. That is some cult-like behavior. We see it all the time. Now, we overlook that behavior, and a lot of people overlook it because they are partaking in the behavior. They can call out other behaviors when they see other people doing it. Oh, they following him. That's a cult. Well, what about the ones you following? When they tell you don't talk to this one, you stop talking to them. If they tell you don't let me see you in this person's chat, I'm watching. If I see you in this person's chat, don't come back over here no more. What grown person lets another grown person tell them that? This is the dark side of social media. We have grown people on here in the YouTube and the BlackTube streets. We have grown people on here that tell other grown people what to do with their money. And we ain't talking about telling you how to save your money. I mean, put your money here, give it to this person. Don't give it to that person. Okay, yes, leader, whatever you say, leader. Like, what is getting put in this Kool-Aid? This more than some Jim Jones juice. What is being put in this Kool-Aid? That's the thing. Don't ever get to the point where you watching a channel, you may dig some information. I can tell you that when you're watching channels, you're not going to always, you shouldn't. Let me change that. You shouldn't. Let me not tell you what to do. But there should be times where you don't necessarily agree with what the person is saying on the channel. You may like them. You may like their content, but you may not agree with everything that they're saying. And that doesn't mean that, oh, I can't deal with them. I know. But there may be some things, just like it's some things on here. Some things y'all may agree with, some things y'all may not agree with. Like, okay, well, that's your version of that. I ain't going for all that, but whatever. You said enough for me to keep watching, so let me just keep watching. Like, and that's okay. That's how it should be. But when you find yourself, yes, master, whatever you say, master, yes, I will be here at 5 p.m. for your live. Master, I will not go to this channel. Master, I will defend our land. Master, whoever comes on here and says anything about you or says anything way over here, I'm going to watch all the lives that I can. So if anybody says your name, I will defend you, master. Like, that's a mess. And yes, I'm taking it to the extreme with my examples, but I'm not. Because we see it. We'll see people on here, they are dead wrong. Like, they so wrong, they right. And that's hard. We'll see people on here that are dead wrong. And we'll see people that we thought, we had faith in them. Like, you got sense. And then we'll see them follow behind that wrongness. And it's like, oh, dang, we done lost another one. Because they're so drawn in. You remember we talked about that herd mentality? Yes. It's definitely like their program. Yes, leader. Like, I'm just thinking of robots. Yes, leader. Whatever you say, leader. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's how it comes across. Like, what the flip? What the flip? Why? And to take that a step further, for the people on the content side, why would you want people to follow you like that? I take that back. I don't even know why I asked that question, because that was crazy on my behalf. It comes back to the money, for the love of money. But again, it goes back to that famous saying, I'm going to say passage. What good does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You got money, but you lost your soul, so you can't really enjoy what you have. Yeah, you have followers, but they only follow your foolishness. If you try to come at them with some real stuff, some down to earth stuff, then they don't want to hear that. So they don't like the person that you really are. They like the entertaining person that you can be on here. They don't like the real you unless this is the real you. And most of the time, it's not. I'm telling y'all, a lot of people that get on here and do this stuff on YouTube, that's a whole other persona that they put on when they get on YouTube. Whole other persona. Just like one of the things that I heard from the case today was that whenever Miss Tasha was on the stand, that this was not the same Tasha that we see on YouTube. Nobody has to tell me that. I've been in court enough to know. That's why I said anybody that can come on here and act like they are okay, they're all excited about going to court when they're the person that's on trial, they are lying to you. You are already seeing somebody right now that's feeding you a bunch of BS. If they're acting like they comfortable with it, oh, yeah. Something's wrong with that. Court tends to make people feel uncomfortable. Even if it's just going for a traffic ticket, it tends to make people feel uncomfortable. I've had to go to court a lot and wasn't even on the bench. I was actually presenting information and I was uncomfortable. And was darn near in the courtroom every day. So when I see people like joking about this kind of stuff, I'm like, you not being real. And it's further like, I don't know how people don't have a problem with that. Like, don't lie to these people. Tell them how uncomfortable you feeling right now. Tell them that you should have left that young lady alone and went about your business. And you wouldn't find yourself in a situation right now. Tell them how your behaviors could possibly affect or is affecting your well-being right now. Tell them don't do what you did. You are mentoring other bloggers. Tell them that this is not the way to go to get your views and stuff up on your channels to get your subscribers. It's okay for you to go and play in celebrity gossip. But when you get to the point of where you're intentionally trying to hurt people, that's not good work ethic. That's not best principles when it comes to business. That's not best practices when it comes to business. That's not a good practice when it comes to dealing with people, period. I don't. If I wake up in the morning and my sole purpose is I'm coming up with ways that I can hurt you, let me see what I can do today to try to hurt this young lady that has done absolutely nothing to me. Let me see what I can do. Let me count the ways. Now, people like to say that they're antisocials. Now, see, that type of behavior, that's antisocial behavior. It's not about you not wanting to be around other people. But you sitting there plotting and planning to intentionally hurt people and do, those are antisocial behaviors. Which also goes along with narcissism, which also goes along with manipulative behaviors. And, I saw a lot of people put in the chat, oh, well, hurt people. To me, it's almost getting to the point where that's being used as an excuse. Because just because somebody has been hurt, that doesn't mean that you automatically go and hurt somebody. And we're not going to overlook it. I'm not going to overlook it or use it as an excuse. Oh, just because you went through A, B, and C, I'm automatically expecting you to go and do this to these people. No, that's a cop-out. Because when you know better, you do better. So if you have already been through something and somebody hurt you a certain type of way, especially if it's the same type of behavior, then number one, you must not have learned from that situation. Or number two, you're choosing not to learn from that situation. That's why you're going back. And now you want to go inflict pain on other people, even though you know what it feels like to feel this type of pain, you still want to go and inflict this pain on other people. It's not because of you trying to heal or whatever. No, you doing it because you want to inflict pain on somebody. Period. We're not making up any excuses to go along with that. You want to go and inflict pain on somebody because you want to. Period. There's no DSM-4 definition for that. No, we're not even letting DSM have that one. Nope, you wanted to inflict pain on somebody. You wanted them to feel it. And you're doing it, let's be honest, you're doing it for dividends. You're not doing it because you feel some type of hurt inside. You're doing it because you want your pockets to get fatter. You're doing it because you want to get that nice YouTube check at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, whenever they send the checks out. You want to get that. It has nothing to do with anything psychological. It has everything to do with financial, and that's why you are doing it. And that's why, regardless of people saying, oh, you need to stop, you're hurting this person is telling you that you're hurting them, you keep doing it because you see the financial gain that you get out of it. Not the psychological gain, it's the financial gain that you continue to see because it is being given to you on a repetitive basis. It's being given to you on a consistent basis. So you know, if I keep up this behavior, I know that I have this coming. Until people wise up and say, we are not going to continue to pay you to hurt and degrade our own people, our own women, because it's usually done. It's done to us. We do it to us. We're not going to keep paying you for doing this to us over and over again. How much sense does that make? Until we get to the point when we start doing that, then you're going to keep having people do that, and she's going to do it. And other people that see that it's working for her, they're going to do it. And when people see that it's working for the next person, they're going to continue to do it. And you're going to have a domino effect that keeps going on and on like we do now, which is why people keep doing it, because they see that the negativity and the lies sell. What reason do I have to stop when I am making money? What reason do I have to stop when I have people that are following me and they worship the ground that I walk on and they believe anything that I say? They agree with everything that I do. What reason, what justification can you give me that would make me want to stop? Because the only thing I'm hearing you say is that you're trying to mess with the bag. You're trying to mess with my money. You want me to stop getting the money that I would be getting. I'm not doing that. What reason would I need to stop? It takes drastic measures like somebody having the money, having the ability to take you to court and really call you on your mess. That's the only thing that gets people's attention. When you get put into a legal or a criminal situation, that's what gets people's attention. But just somebody telling you, oh, you're hurting me. What you're doing is hurting me. That's not enough. That usually fuels a lot of people. People that have, I'm going to say it, people that have evil in them. And I'm going to take a step further than the evil. I'm going to say envy. It's envy and evil. I think they go hand in hand with certain things. But when you're envious of a person, then you're going to do whatever you need to do to try to bring them down. You don't care about hurting them because you want them to feel the same level that you're on. You want them to feel like they're on that same level. At least you want to think they feel that way. You want them to be on that same level. You don't know this person from a can of paint. You don't know, nothing. But because you not feeling great about yourself, or you wish that you were in a better place or were doing some other things, because don't let nobody fool you. It doesn't matter how much people sit there and smile and laugh and brag about all the stuff that they have. Again, if they're bragging about it, they're not comfortable. I'm going to be clear on that. If they keep bragging to you about what they got, they are not used to having it and they are not comfortable with it. If they got to throw it up in your face to try to make you feel bad, they are uncomfortable. And there is something in you that makes them feel like they have to go and throw this in your face to make you feel bad. It ain't making the other person feel bad, but in their mind, it's making you feel bad. Oh, I got this and you don't, so I'm going to do this to make you feel bad. Again, that's something that they have going on inside. And this is a lot. YouTube probably going to kick me out, but this is a lot of stuff that I see on YouTube. Whenever you see people going after people in a negative way, there are some insecurities, there are some internal things that they have not dealt with. And they lash out at other people on YouTube that they feel are doing better than them. Not necessarily financially. You know, people are, that envy, it can come from the smallest things. Like, you may not feel that you have a lot going on, but let's say that you're the person that everybody likes. You have people that envy that because they may want to be the person that everybody likes. Let's say that you tend to have a good rapport with people. Let's say you can communicate well with people. Then guess what? A person that is envious of you, they're going to go and don't slip up. Because if you slip up on your communication, they're going to call you on it. You didn't say that word right. You didn't say that word. They're only picking that stuff out because it's an issue that they already have. So anything that they can find wrong with you, they're going to call you on it because they're sitting there, they're literally looking for things to be able to call you on because they are dealing with they're not dealing with, let me change that word, because they have some internal stuff going on that they have not dealt with. And again, that envy just sitting there. It's just sitting there, ready. It's just boys just sitting there. You know how you hit your thumb on a cartoon, that thumb just be throbbing? That's how that envy just be sitting there, be throbbing. It just be sitting there throbbing. And that's what happens with folks. And you see them, they start lashing out. They can't wait for the opportunity to try to come after somebody with some mess, be it a lie or not. What that do is take a little piece of the truth, just a tiny little piece of the truth, just enough to get people to say it makes sense. You have a little pinch of the truth and a whole lot of lie. And they can get people to buy into it. Because you have a lot of people, and listen, this is a whole other, you have a lot of people that prey on people that they consider weak. We done had this conversation before. They prey on people that they consider to be weaker than them. These are the people that they tend to manipulate. These are the people that they can get to follow them and to do what they say. These are the people that, they look at them, they consider them to be weak. These are the people that are giving them all their money. These are the people that are sitting there and they'll stay on there with them all day. They get the people dependent on them. Almost like an abuser. Interesting. These are the people. Whatever it is that somebody, and if you are a person that finds yourself coming after people like that, you have to ask yourself, what do you have going on? What is going on with me that makes me want to come after this person like that did absolutely nothing to me? Why am I making up this stuff about this person? If I got a lie on a person, why am I even talking about them? What is it about me? What do I have going on that I feel like I have to do this to somebody else that did nothing to me? This is stuff that you have to ask yourself, because one thing that I see on these streets right here, like this stuff will have you questioning your own insanity, your own integrity whenever you sitting up there. And I get it. People come after you. And a lot of times, especially on these streets, you find yourself having to, or feeling like you have to defend yourself out here, because how dare somebody go and lie on you and do all this stuff. But again, when you are the perpetrator, when you are the one that are you're the one that's putting this stuff out here. You're the one inflicting harm on other people. You're not the victim. You are the perpetrator. Then what do you have going on? And if you are a person that's sitting on the sidelines, or you're sitting on the bench, you're a spectator, and you're sitting there and you're enjoying the show or enjoying the game, and you don't feel the need to get up and leave, like, I'm at this game and all this stuff going on, I need to leave. Halftime, we out. You don't feel the need to get up and leave and excuse yourself from that type of behavior, then you have to ask yourself, what do I have going on that I'm finding this entertaining? Like, what do I have going on that has me wanting to sit here and watch somebody inflict pain on somebody else? What has me attracted to the dark side of social media? And isn't it ironic that there is a dark side and we find all of us on the black YouTube streets, which is considered dark. And oh, y'all about to have me going somewhere with this thing right here. Hold on, let me calm down. Let me calm down. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's a dark side to it all. It's a dark side. Let me tell you what I noticed though. I spend a lot of time on YouTube on like the home improvement stuff, and you know, I look at house tours. That's what kind of made me interested in, you know, putting information out about the house and doing that stuff. And I noticed that these people don't go negative. They're sitting out there and they're taking people on their journeys, right? And other people that are interested in that kind of stuff, they're going on that journey with them. And all you see in the comments are people being positive and people like motivating them. Oh, keep going further. Keep, you know, they just motivating them. It's like the motivation is crazy. People just throwing it, just throwing it, just throwing it. And these people have 30,000. I mean, they may only have 159. I've seen people that only have 59. Period. Just 59 subscribers, but they got 25,000 views on a video, 70,000 views on the video, and people in the chat in the comments going crazy over the information, and it's all positive. And you just get a different vibe off those videos versus when you come over here on this dark side and these black tube streets. You get a completely different vibe. You even have different gossip channels. They gossip in a different way. Like they may put information out there like gossiping, and they'll let you know like this is alleged, but they're not coming after people trying to personally attack people. They're just putting information out there that they were told, and they're like, look, they like, what's the name? Bonita on Living Color, I think that was her name, but I ain't want to gossip. So you ain't heard it. Like they like that person. They just go and like, this is what they said. But let me say something. I don't know if it's true. I ain't gonna act like I know it's true. I ain't gonna tell you I got the receipts. I ain't gonna tell you I got none of this stuff because I don't know because I wasn't there. Like, they'll let you know, like, this is for entertainment purposes. I don't know these people business, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this out here. And then they tell you, now what you gonna do with it? Tell me what you think. Like, it's not a personal attack on anybody. And I think that that's what turns me off to all this stuff right here, is that it's not just you putting the information out about somebody. It's you lying, and then you have to attack. You just like constantly attack. And then the behaviors turn into bullying behaviors. And it's not beneficial to anybody except the people that like those types of behaviors. Because somebody that's against bullying, they don't want to sit there and see somebody else getting bullied. I know I don't. I never like seeing anybody get bullied. So once I see it going to that extent, I gotta go. Bye. Bye, Craig. I gotta go. Yeah. So I just want to give you guys some things to think about, because when I'm looking at this and I'm like, we have gotten to a place where like things have gotten really dark. And to see this young lady having to go after this other young lady in this manner just to like stand up for herself, because at this point people think it's about, for Cardi, it's like, I'm standing up for myself. You're not gonna keep doing this to me. I done told you to stop, and I asked you to stop. I done begged you to stop. You're not gonna stop. I'm gonna show you what this look like. So to me, I feel like for the people that have sat there and they may have been bullied, they may have had people coming after them, this is somebody showing people what it looks like to stand up for yourself. Even if you got to put your money out, put your money on the table doing it. I'm going to show you that I'm going to stand up for myself. And the thing is that I can appreciate about this particular situation, if you listen to Cardi, you can tell she used to fight and doing stuff, you know, one way. And I feel like this is a lesson for her, because instead of going trying to fight people, She's having to learn how to fight people a different way, using the system. So there's a lesson in it for everybody. Tasha's going to have to learn that at some point you're going to have to leave people alone, and you're going to have to find another way to do this without trying to hurt other people. And again, hopefully the people that she's mentoring and the people that are watching are getting this message. But I can tell from a lot of the comments that people are not getting that message. Prayerfully, they will soon get this message. And maybe some of the people that are out here bullying and thinking that they can keep doing stuff to people and nothing's going to happen, hopefully they'll get the message. Leave people alone. If they're not bothering you, don't bother them. That seemed kind of simple to me. Put your commentary out there without trying to go below the belt. Put your commentary out there without trying to hurt somebody. If your intention is to hurt somebody, you need to go back and rethink that. Is there a way for me to do this without literally trying to come and like hurt somebody emotionally? Can I do this in a way I can just get a few laughs, a few chuckles, and go about my business without trying to hurt somebody? Because again, that stuff has a way of coming back to you. And we are witnessing that right now. So again, I'm going to say anybody that's sitting here telling you that they are okay, they're good. You got somebody, I saw a picture where Tasha and her husband, they took their little 1 million subscriber picture, and they were, I think they were in the courthouse or outside the courthouse. It looked like it was inside. That's not something that you would want to be proud about. And like, if that's what helped you get that 1 million, Lord have mercy. What are you willing to do next? If this is what you feel like you had to do, this is what helped you get to that place. So what do you feel you're going to have to do next to get to the next level? I mean, we're at the point now, I mean, what's left? Selling soul? I mean, that to me, that's already been done. So what's next? You got to get the souls of the followers and bring them along with you. That's what's next. You know what I'm saying? That's why it takes a leader. The leader has followers. So those followers are going to follow the leader. They're going to follow him straight to hell. That's what they're going to do. I mean, once you get to a certain level, that's where people like mess up with drugs. That's why you have one drug that's called the gateway, and you get that started, and you know, you get to this one, you reach this high. Now you need to, you know, feel a different kind of rush because you done tapped out on this one, so you got to go to something else to get a different feeling. Then you tap out on that one, then you got to go and try something else. Like, you got one that's the gateway. We done passed the gateway. The gateway was a small lies that people accepted and laughed off. So we need something to get a bigger high now. And those behaviors just continue on. That's what we're witnessing right now. I hope that makes sense to you. Y'all know like what I do, so I have to explain stuff a certain way, but I don't know. I'm hoping that at the end of all this, that there is a that Tasha can come out and have a real conversation, and not that somebody forced her to do. Not that somebody, no, you really need to do it. No, I hope that she comes out and has a real conversation with her viewers, with her subscribers, and tell them like this is not the way to go. I hope that is placed upon her heart to let people know that this is not what you do to people. And now that, like I said, she has become the breaking news, maybe she'll develop some type of empathy. I can't say that she will. I said maybe, hopefully, she'll develop some type of empathy when it comes to other people. And, you know, all the situations where she's made people the breaking news and they were the headlines. And now, like I said, you're the headline. You're the headliner. You're the top story. And now people are, you know, talking about your mannerisms in court and stuff that you said. And this is how quickly things turn. That's why you have to be careful about how you come at people. You got to be careful with how you treat people. You got to be careful with the things that you do and the things that you say. Because once again, just like the law tell you, what you say can and will be used against you. It's not just in the court of law. It can happen at any time, any place. What you say can and will be used against you. And we see in this particular case, everything that this young lady has said about Cardi is coming back to bite her right now. Every clip, every reel, like everything that you've done that helped you make the money that you made off this young lady's name is coming back to bite you right now, and they're using those same clips in court against you. Now, if that's not some karma, you can call it karma, you can call it life, you can call it reaping what you sow, you can call it the chickens coming to roost, you can call it cock-a-doodle-doo if you want to, whatever you want to call it. We're getting to see this stuff live and in living color, and I'm hoping that she learns something from this. Just been looking at you because you were doing saving money. I would see you when you talking about money. I got to go to bed. We'll be talking about money tomorrow. I talked about it a little bit in between, but this is what we have. Monet, hey, how you doing? There has to be some kind of light at the end of this tunnel of darkness that we have been walking down. At some point, we got to come out of the dark side, too. It's like, this tales from the dark side. This is the dark side. It don't get no darker. This is the dark side of social media. This is the dark side. And someday we gotta want to see the light. We gotta want to see the light. I see the light. I see the light. We gotta want to see the light. And those are just my feelings on it. And as you can see, I don't have to come after nobody and try to hurt them. What I said is strictly, this is my opinion. These are my thoughts. This is my interpretation of the things that I have been seeing. Happy New Year to you. This is my interpretation of the things that I have been seeing. And I'm not just going to speak on it. I'm coming with a message and a challenge. I challenge people that whenever you see that craziness, to walk away from it. When you see people putting stuff out about people, and you don't have to know if it's true or not. It's just the fact that, you know, oh, you going to, okay. Don't even sound right. How would you know that? We ain't even talking about that. I challenge you to go and do your own research. If somebody tells you something, okay, you feel like you want to take it in, go research it. Don't let people feed you anything. Any and everything. Do not let them feed you that. And recognize when people are trying to handle you like you are slow. If somebody is handling you like you don't have any sense and expect you to believe anything, they're telling you exactly how they feel about you. Believe that. If you don't believe nothing else I said on here, believe that. When they do these things with you, they are letting you know exactly how they feel and what they think about you. Now, those are facts. And let me say this real quick. It's also a fact, watch me throw this plug in here. It's also a fact that if you haven't hit that like button, I'm watching these lights up on the screen. And I will really be feeling some type of way if you are watching this and haven't attempted to hit the like button as you came in place. I'm just saying. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. And I'm doing it with a smile. Thank you for the person that just hit that like button. I got to throw that in there real quick, you know. Got to throw that in there real quick. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. My next video that I was supposed to be doing on here was my house video. That's still sitting up in the cut right now because I started looking at this stuff and I'm like, what in the world is this? Like, you admitted that, you finally admitted, like, you admitted that you lied. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, because that's the first step. The first step in changing, the first step in dealing with problem issues is admitting that you had a problem. Thank you for the other likes too. The first step is admitting that you have a problem. Now, she didn't admit that she had a problem. She just admitted that she lied, and she knew that those were lies before she put them out. So prayerfully, the next step would be admitting that it was a problem. I knew that it was wrong when I did it. I should not have done it. I knew that it was wrong when I did it to other people. I should not have done it. I knew that when I called that hospital trying to get information on this man's so-called mistress and the baby that they had on the way, and I pretended to be someone else violating all types of HIPAA laws to get information, I knew that I was wrong for doing that. Some type of acknowledgement, self-acknowledgement of your behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Just something to let people know that you're trying to do the right thing. You know, don't do it for fake. Like, do it for real, to let people know, look, I realize it, like, I messed up. And I want to lead by example. So let me show y'all. I showed y'all what not to do. So let me show you what to do. Go back and apologize to this young lady, genuinely, for putting this stuff out about her. Because let me tell you, I'm trying to get off here. Nobody should get to the point where they got to go, or they feel like they have to go and get their doctor to come out publicly or in the court of law and say, no, they do not have blah, 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 blah. That is none of anybody's business. If she did have stuff going on, that is none of anybody's business. Period. You don't owe anybody any type of explanations for your health. That's nobody's business. What do I do? I need y'all to think about this now. You got to go out, call your doctor, get your doctor to come out here and say publicly, no, you do not have A, B, and C. All because somebody want to put a rumor out. That's not cool. No bueno. No bueno. That's not cool at all. I digress. But anyway, I thank you guys for tuning in. Hope that y'all got something out of it. I'm hoping that you guys join me on this quest to try to get rid of some of this darkness that we have on YouTube, because it is tiring and it's actually depressing. Darkness tends to be a bit depressing. So let's just get away from some of that. Make that lifestyle change. Tasha, if you listening, make the lifestyle change. Stop doing all this negative stuff. You got these viewers now. You got the audience that you wanted. Start doing something more positive with the people that you have. You got them in place. You've been blessed with it. Do something productive with what you have been blessed with. Stop feeding these people this poison. These are your people that you are feeding this poison to. These aren't outsiders. These are your very own that you are feeding this poison to. I dare you to do something different. I dared you before. Same thing. I dare you to do something different. I challenge you to tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. I challenge you. I challenge you to tell the truth while you're in court. You're telling the truth on some things. I challenge you to tell the truth on everything. When those prosecutors ask you those questions, asking you what you did, why you did, tell the truth. Make it easier on yourself, because this is not a good look. I don't know, you may have convinced yourself that it's not a good look. It's not. It's not a good look. It's just not. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have not hit that like button, please hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. You get a little mix of everything on here. But you are not going to catch me lying to you, and you are not going to catch me degrading anybody on this channel. We're not doing that. Not here. Not today. So, if you don't get anything else out of what I said, I need y'all to remember this one thing. This one thing. You're welcome, Vonda. Mind your business. Okay? See, if Tasha would have mind her business, she wouldn't be sitting in court right now. She wouldn't have to pay these attorneys that she's paying right now. And she wouldn't have to end up coming out of pocket like she's going to come out of pocket at the end of all this. If she would have mind her business. Just saying. With that being said, thank you, Kim. Y'all know what it is. We got to end it the same way. Mind your business. Mind your business and keep it moving. Keep it moving. So, that being said, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.